Hey there, this is Chaos Imposer. This is going to be the second update for the Untitled Fishing game. Um, it's a pretty small update, but I figured I should probably make it. It's been a little over 2 weeks, um, and a lot has happened since those last 2 weeks. So, yeah, a couple of life things. One of them is I am moving into a house, and that's going to be a lot of work, obviously, with moving and packing and all that fun stuff. So that's going to happen towards the end of September, but all that stuff's, been ongoing for a little bit. So I haven't had quite as much time to work on stuff as I would have liked. The other thing is that, unfortunately, I'll be out of town for a bit, for a funeral, so that's never, that's tough. But yeah, I figured I wanted to make this before I left, just to keep everyone updated. Even though very little has changed. In fact, if you look at the game, oops, there's some debug stuff I should get rid of. Nothing's changed visually at all. So there you go. That's our update. No, the real interesting thing is that everything that was hard coded into the game is now in a spreadsheet. We have some included files that can be read as spreadsheets. We've got the fish name, the description for the journal, and then a bunch of different stats such as real time, weight, dull, XP, rarity, etc., as well as this sprite name and things. So the game can interpret this. Let's zoom in a bit. So yeah, the game interprets a bunch of this data and can load it up to basically whatever we want. So for example, if first of all, I'll delete this because that was test. We can make all of these weights very small. Give the impossible salmon a weight of 1,000. That'll be immediately reflected in game without any changes to the code. And the reason I want to show you this is that these name and subimage combinations, you'll notice the impossible salmon has a -1 in its subimage, and that is telling the game, actually has a different sprite as well. It's telling the game to interpret that sprite as an animation. So the other fish, if you play this through as an animation, it doesn't make sense because it's not an animation. It's just different fish for each thing. But if we touch the impossible salmon, for example, which I'll do real quick, and this is the other thing that we'll get to see, is that the pop-up message, the journal, everything, all uses sprites derived from those spreadsheets. Oh shit, I messed up. Yeah, everything uses sprites derived from those spreadsheets. So yeah, nothing else has to really be done. Hopefully I'll catch it this time. I rolled easy with the greens. Yeah, so you can see the slight animation there. If I open up the journal, there's an animation here. All the stats are derived from whatever the spreadsheet's in. If the spreadsheet changes, the stats will reflect that. And I thought, I added this little smiley face here. Let's add a fish real quick. Test fish, if I can spell. This is a test fish. We're going to give it a weight of 1,000, a super short real time, we'll make it a 0 rarity, and we're gonna give it the same sprite as the other sprite, the other fish in this lake, except its subimage is going to be 7. And that's it. No more code needed. We just added a fish to the game. You can see the journal now knows there's an extra fish here. This wasn't there before. And we will likely catch it, as it is a pretty short cast time. You catch a test fish. I can load it up. So yeah, all of that is smooth as butter. All I had to do was, you know, copy a line here. So that is going to make creating content for this game very easy, as you can imagine. All I really need to do is load up the sprite sheets. You'll see, and these don't have to be in order, right? I could give the test fish the same sprite as the undergrowth salmon. If I change this to 0, then it would just be saying to look at the zeroth, 0 index frame. So, you can just give these whatever sprites they want if they're in a different image, different animation. You saw the animated impossible salmon earlier. So yeah, just create the sprites, create a spreadsheet, and that's that. And that's added to the game. I'll delete that version, restore my backup. Yeah, so nothing visually crazy, but obviously a huge change with how dynamic everything is now. So that's very cool. Next time, I'm not sure when the next update's going to be. It will probably be in October, unfortunately, given the way my next several weeks are looking. And same with my other game, Lord. That being said, if you have not seen my other Gamedev series, feel free to check it out. If I'll load up YouTube real quick. Look at that, we got 2 videos here. There's one for the fishing game and one for Lord, which is a little platformer thing. So that'll be... Those will both make a return once I get a little bit more settled into my place. I figured I would make this update though, because it's been 2 weeks and I just wanted to have an update. So hope you enjoyed. And yeah, I will keep you posted. Thanks for following along. It's definitely been a good habit to keep me in the mindset of coding to be able to do these videos. So I look forward to getting back to it once I'm done with all my real life stuff. All right. See you all later. Thanks.